We made it. We're live. Hi there, Giles. I have got a song for you. I saw her today at the reception. A glass of wine in her hand. Knew she would need her connection. And if he was a footloose man, all together, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You try sometimes, just might find you get what you need. There we go. Hello, Giles STagg. How the devil are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, Ashley. How are you?
Oh, buzzing. I love the Rolling Stones. Absolutely love the Rolling Stones. That's a great song. So my first question every time I have a guest on is, why did you choose that song?
I think it's just it's part of the reason we set our business up. We were both employed and we were earning good money, but it just wasn't everything we wanted. What we wanted was to have family time and see the kids grow up and do what we wanted to do and be able to create that time. And I think, that kind of just sort of sums up that we didn't have everything we wanted, but we were going that way by earning good money. But actually what we needed was more time to ourselves and more time with the kids.
Boom.
And us going self-employed full time has given us that opportunity, and it's made a heck of a difference to our lives.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That is an incredible story. Okay. Because nobody on their deathbed turns around and says, oh, I wish I hadn't spent so much time with my kids. And that is brilliant. Are you going to share what you've been doing for the last 3 weeks, or is that off limits?
No, that's fine. So 3 weeks ago, we had the opportunity to take a long holiday. We had some friends that were getting married in the States. She's from the States and he's from Stratford-on-Avon, where we are. And we took the opportunity to have the wedding in the middle and tag a holiday either side of it. So we traveled around Texas for a week, eating and drinking local foods and listening to the music, and then went to the wedding. And then the following week after that, we went and spent a week in New Orleans.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And so that's the whole idea of being on your own, setting your own business up and just doing what you want. And well done you. Well done you. Anyway, Giles, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you're doing. What on earth is Sip and Swig?
So I'm a humble barman. We are Sip and Swig is a mobile event company. We do event bars, cocktail masterclasses, corporate events, weddings.
Fantastic. I love the sound of this. I love it. Humble barman. I love that. That's brilliant. So you've been doing a little bit of LinkedIn. I've got a few people who want to come and say hello. So hi, Nadia. Hi, Pavel. And Aaron, oh my goodness, this guy does a live show every Monday morning at 8:30, Giles, with Johan, and I always pop on and say hello, and they always give me a name check, so I need to give them a shout out as well. These guys are just buzzing in the accounting space. I can't wait to catch up with them at Accountex in a couple of weeks' time. I take it you're going, Aaron. Anyway, let's ask you some LinkedIn questions. Why do you like LinkedIn, please?
Well, I like LinkedIn now, thanks to your course. I was when I first started it, although my job is outgoing and everything, behind the screen, I'm not very good. And networking, I'm not particularly brilliant at, and I didn't enjoy. And I started on LinkedIn doing a few little bits and bobs. And then joined your program, and actually it's made a difference for me to give me guidance and know what I'm doing. And now I'm doing my minimum of 15 minutes every day. I'm doing my connecting. I'm trying to get posted at least once a week. It doesn't always happen, but I do try. And sort of seeing what's going on within my industry and commenting on things and just
Fantastic.
building my network.
Yeah, love it. And we saw your two little kiddies the other day on a post with your eldest was messing around with the little one and absolutely giggling just like babies do. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
No, that's brilliant. Do you use other social media, Giles?
Yeah. As a business, we use Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
I do some of the Facebook stuff, but my wife does all the Instagram posts.
Okay.
I'm not.
Us blokes shouldn't be on Instagram, should we?
No, I have to think of 2 tags to try and write for something, and then make sure I put it out at the right time or schedule it for the right time. So I do my clunky posts whenever I can, and try my best, basically.
Oh, fantastic!
We've just started Pinterest as well. Well, Jodie's just started doing.
Oh,
Pinterest.
wow! Okay.
So sort of putting some boards together and things for what people can have at events and what we do for them.
Great idea. Yeah, very visual what you do. Yeah, superb. So Aaron is speaking at Accountex, so we definitely want to go and see him. And look, what a little star. Ashley's program is amazing. Thank you, Aaron. You're very kind. So you say you post once a week. That's absolutely fantastic because that is more than 99% of people on LinkedIn. So well done. And is it just the 50 minutes a day that you spend, or do you sometimes find you a little bit more, or is it some days you don't actually make it? You can be honest; it's absolutely fine because not everybody can do it all the time.
Yeah, I make it pretty much every day.
Good man.
And I try and do my 15 minutes. Sometimes I get a little bit lost. I'm one of these people that can quite easily get lost in scrolling. So Instagram and TikTok are very bad for me.
So, do you know, I talk to people that love TikTok and they lose an hour or 2.
Oh yeah.
And it's sort of like, wow. So I'm experimenting with TikTok. Luckily I don't get it, so I don't sit there scrolling all day, but I can so easily see how easy it is to do. So Giles STagg, I don't know if you know her, but she's put here, gets distracted. Now, is that you or is that her? Now, I don't want to cause a domestic here.
It's
I wonder.
Predominantly me.
All right, okay. Because that is the trouble with not just social media. It's everything, isn't it? You know, we come into work, we sit in front of the computer, we've got all these tabs open, we've got loads of things we've got to do. And something will pop up and you go and do that and you go, oh, and I don't know if this happens to you, but I'm there sometimes. Why have I just come on LinkedIn again? And then I realized I was going in there to send you a message, maybe. So I was like, I need to send Giles a message because this is happening today. And then see a post, comment on the post, see that someone else, and maybe Aaron, and I go, and before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole, and you still haven't sent that message to Giles, and he's knocking on the door of StreamYard saying, "You're going to let me in." So yeah, you've got to be so what's the word? Disciplined, isn't it, Giles?
Yes, and I am not.
That's all right, not a problem at all. No, so you're quite new to LinkedIn, but have you got any business from what you're doing on LinkedIn?
Yes, I think we have had a couple of jobs from various posts that we've done.
Fantastic.
Or recommendations. And it's one of those things that we know is going to take a long time. So you just have to stick at it, I think, and just
absolutely.
I mean, as I say, Jodie's posts tend to be a lot better than mine and a lot more sort of geared towards what we're doing work-wise. Whereas she's probably more business orientated and minded than me. Whereas I like putting posts of cocktails on, or video of cocktails or something like that. So between us, you kind of get everything. But
you get the yin and the yang, and everyone's happy. And so brilliant. And but the thing is, you're using it, and it's already working, and that's the brilliant thing about LinkedIn. So I want to know more about your business, because you made a cocktail for me, didn't you? So tell everybody what you did there and how that works. And but it still hasn't arrived. I go to the post every morning, and it's never arrived.
I meant to get one in the post for today, but I thought it might have been a little bit early. Let's try to catch up with kids sleeping from last year. I will get you one down this week to enjoy for the weekend.
Oh, it wasn't, that wasn't a plug. I just thought it was funny. But I made a comment on one of your posts.
That's right.
We can all see my branding, the yellow and the green. So tell everybody what you did and how that works. Because do you actually create bespoke cocktails for parties and stuff like that then?
Yeah, we can do. So we do a lot of classic cocktails and a lot of the new cocktails that are around. We can create cocktails. And then when you put a comment on about, I can't remember what it was, and we said we can make them to branded colours.
That's right. Right.
We created a cocktail that came out in the green.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
By doing things like blending pineapple, but using blue curacao in there. So you're taking the yellow and the blue to create, rather than finding something that would match your color straight away, because there just isn't anything out there. So just blending products and colors, and we had tequila in there and a few other little bits and bobs. So
absolutely fantastic. What's the most popular cocktail when you get asked for it? I'm going to guess margarita.
So margarita massive at the moment. They're saying that this year retro cocktails are going to be all the rave.
It's like Cinzano and lemonade.
But we find, do you know, one of our biggest sellers is probably number 3 is a pina colada.
Really?
We do events and we have it on our lists, and people love pina coladas. And passion fruit martinis and gin brambles. We do lots of and espresso martinis. They're probably our 4 biggest sellers.
Oh, fantastic. But if I was organizing an event, and I'd turn around and say, well, I like this and I like that, you'd actually come up with a bespoke cocktail with the things that I like in it, and also my branded colors.
Yes, where possible. If we can make something with the spirits and flavors that you like and get your colors in there as well, brilliant. Quite often we just get asked to do something in branded colors. So we've done a few events at places like the NEC and things like that, just doing on trade stands.
Fantastic.
Just doing like an after show party, and then everything comes out in the color of the company. So
awesome. So it says there, Giles STagg, Sip and Swig, but haven't you got a gin as well?
Yes, we have. We've got a gin brand called Stag, as in Stag's Head, not with 2 G's, just with 1. And we've just recently won a gold award with our latest one, which is a spiced London Dry.
Fantastic.
So we won an international wine and spirits competition.
International.
So we're the joint 2nd highest scoring London Dry in the competition.
That is incredible. Well done. Jody needs to put a link to that in the whatever that is, the comments, so that everybody can go and have a look later. So which came first, the events or the gin?
The events.
Right.
Events
okay.
First, and then I'd always fancied having my own spirit brand on the bar.
Okay.
So I had a chat with a friend of mine who's a master distiller, and he was in Australia at the time. And this was during lockdown. And we had a chat, told him flavor profiles that I wanted, and he sent me a couple of recipes over. And then we took those recipes and then changed them a little bit, adding in some. So the first one we've added in kumquats, and then we'd reduced the juniper in it and put a couple of other bits in. And then with this one, we've increased our juniper and added cumin, and we've got loads of cardamom in there. So we played around with the recipes a little bit, not too much, because obviously he's the man that knows what he's doing, and
sure.
I'm just the man that likes flavors.
That's fantastic.
And yeah, we ended up with 2 really good gins. The first one won silver last year, and this one won gold this year.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh, well done. Well done. So any more gins on the horizon?
No, not planned. I would like to do a navy strength.
Yep.
But
So is this what they call cask strength?
So yeah, so that'll be sort of 57%.
Nice.
But these are 46, so they're strong enough.
They're still strong enough, yeah, absolutely.
But we would like to do a rum at some point. I think that'll come next.
Fantastic. And so do you sell this gin in supermarkets and stuff like that, or is it just through Sip and Swig? Is it just something to have on the bar when I hire you for my event?
Yeah. So it was initially just to be on our bar.
Yeah,
that's what it was for. And then we took it to a couple of events, and people were like, "Oh, this is really good." And then we brought the second one out, and this is really good. So we're now in a couple of local bars and a couple of local farm shops and garden centres.
Oh, that's really cool.
And we're online on our website and with Master of Malt, who are a big provider online. But we're not with anybody else yet. I'm looking around and seeing if we can speak to people, but we kind of want to stay. Not we want to stay small, but we like the fact that at the moment we're small batch. We don't do more than about 250 bottles at a time. We have the opportunity to do more, but whilst you can be a small business, it's nice to not be tempted too much by we have to go to supermarkets and things like that. We like the fact that we're
exclusive
for us. Yeah. And it would be nice to get into Fortnum's and places like that, but these are emails that need to be sent and phone calls that need to be made.
Sure, and then that just changes the whole dynamics, and goodness knows what else, doesn't it? And why am I going to pick Sip and Swig? Come and do my event. Oh, because we do this, and this. Oh, and we've got our own gin. Whereas the other event, no, they haven't got any of their own. They just use Gordon's. Can I swear on this show? Do you know, growing up, it was Gordon's and Schweppes. That was it. You go into a bar now and do you want a gin? Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, I just want a gin. It's like I used to go to the cafe and ask for a coffee.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
We're spoiled for choice. We're spoiled for choice.
Can I have a gin, please? Oh, what do you need? You just need to say Stag, and if they haven't got it, we get it in.
Right. Okay. I'll remember that next time I need a gin. So I'm off to Dublin tomorrow to do a talk. I don't think I'll be drinking anything but that black stuff, will I?
Lovely. That sounds perfect.
It does, doesn't it? Absolutely. Just in case you don't know, it's called Guinness. So how on earth did we leave our corporate jobs and then set up doing bars? Where on earth did that come from, Giles?
So my background is bars, restaurants. I trained in cocktails at Simpson's in the Strand, which is part of the Savoy Group, many years ago. And then I'd stayed within that kind of industry for a long time. And Jodie, we got together, she can comment if I'm wrong, but 6 years ago. And her parents had a restaurant. She'd been in that background as well. Both moved into different jobs. But when we got together, we started the mobile bar company. I had done it previously with somebody else. And it got to the stage where we were fairly busy and I wasn't enjoying my work as much as I had done previously. And Jodie just said, "We'll leave." I'm like, "We you can't just leave. We need to make sure there's money in the bank for the mortgage and this and that. Well, maybe we'll plan to do it in a few months' time. Anyway, a few weeks later, I just like, oh, I've had enough. So I handed the notice in. And then that was it. So that wasn't last August. It was the August before we set up full time. So coming right off the back of COVID, no bookings in because everything had been shut down. Well, that's it. And then Jodie wasn't enjoying work, and I said to her, well, why don't you leave? So actually, we both left reasonably well-paid jobs within about 2 weeks of each other, and by the end of August, Sip and Swig was running full-time.
Fantastic. So you're absolutely skint, but you're happy.
Yeah.
And that isn't that just an amazing thing?
That's it. Yeah, it was great. We got a 2-year-old. We got no money coming in really, and it was, well, what'll be will be. We know it's what we want to do, and we know we enjoy it. So therefore, you just make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, that's really good news. So what type of customers do you work with then in your business?
Pretty much anyone. We're working more in the corporate field now because we are full time and we can do lunchtime events and we can do after work events. We still do weddings, which we've always done, and cocktail masterclasses. We do loads of hen parties, but then some corporate events like cocktail masterclass. We can do up to about 50 people. So then a corporate day out, we'll go and teach them how to make 3 or 4 cocktails, and they drink them all, and we wander off home.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy.
and this is the thing, right? So in my mind, I'm just thinking bar event, but like you say, you've come up with this model that allows you to do lots of different things. And so many of these corporate events, your away days and that sort of stuff, just, why do we do this? Why do we do that? You're something totally different. And I think that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah. And we stayed away from horse boxes and things like that. So we have an old reclaimed wooden pop-up bars. So we take those around with us. So we can go into people's offices and still take the bar and do all the cocktails on it. And if they want draft beer, we can have everything underneath and tidied away. So we can run a full bar in someone's office if we need to. And if
fantastic.
So
would it fit in a shed?
Yeah. How wide's the shed?
2.6 meters.
Oh, that's fine. The units are 1.8 each.
Right. Awesome.
So it'll fit in perfect.
be no room for anything else, but that's the beauty, isn't it? And because I've seen, I was at the Excel for a big event, and they had a VW camper van in there. That's great if you can actually drive a vehicle into the building, and obviously Excel is designed for that. But not everybody has got the budget for the Excel Centre. So I've got a little event at my village hall. Giles can come along.
That's it.
Yeah. We're having a new launch in our showroom for the new car. Giles can bring his bar along, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's all those sorts of places.
And sometimes if there's not space, so if you're going to a showroom and they don't have space to put a bar in, or it doesn't fit, the look's not right, we cloth up like their desks or tables and things, so we can work from smaller spaces.
Sure.
Because if we're just doing cocktails, we don't need a huge amount of space. As long as we've got enough for 1 or 2 people to stand behind a desk, we can do it. So
perfect. Yeah. Aaron's got an incredible idea. How's that? Ashley Con with a bar. Love that idea. So Aaron's definitely coming. You'll be there, Giles. I'll be there. That's cool. Yep. So we just need to invite a few more other people as well. So what sort of challenges have you got in your business at the moment, Giles?
I think our biggest challenge is making that jump from being purely weddings and engagement parties and garden parties and that kind of thing, moving into the corporate world, because it's just completely different.
Yep.
We didn't realize how different it was until we started doing it.
Yeah, sure.
But it's an enjoyable different. It's using things like LinkedIn to get business, whereas before it's posts on Facebook, posts on wedding groups and things like that. So it's most of our work has always come from recommendations. We don't pay for advertising or anything. Everything's from recommendations. So it was quite easy to fill before. I'm not saying it's difficult now, but we don't have, I suppose, the same amount of business as we did. We've made a decision to try and step back from weddings a little bit, because Dalton's now 4. He's going to school this year. Saturdays and Sundays are going to try and come back into our lives again. Now he's old enough to have weekends off and go to school for 5 days. So we're trying to just move that around again a little bit. So we're making an active decision to stay a little bit away from weddings, but we still do 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah. We've still got bills to pay, haven't we? That's the thing.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, is you've just got to, let's try this, let's try that. And as long as you're open and you put yourself out there, it's all good. We've gone past our 15 minutes slightly. And this is something Aaron said on his show. I don't think it was Aaron. I think it was Johan. They were telling me off because although it's a good show, it's longer than the 15 minutes I advertised. So what I've worked out, right, is if you watch it back on YouTube at double speed, it is 15 minutes. So that's how I get around it. Giles, you've been absolutely amazing. I've got one more question for you, but before I do that, I just want to share a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to Accountex, and I've just had this amazing flyer set up. And so I'm going to be doing a talk there, and I'm going to want people to come and have a chat with me on my stand. So if you're at Accountex, it's going to be stand 4:30. But next week, I have got the amazing Sarah Jefferson is going to come and talk to me. And she's got this 6 Degrees group that she runs for women. She's an amazing speaker. She's got an amazing story. So she's going to come on and tell us all about that next week. So I'm looking forward to that. My last question to you then, sir, is what advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
Oh, what advice would I give my 16-year-old self? Probably just do what makes you happy. I don't think much would have changed in my life. The only I look back at it and I think, do you know what? I ran pubs for years and years and years, and I always had accommodation. If I'd save some money and put it into buying some property, I wouldn't be paying my mortgage now. But
sure,
that's probably the only thing I'd have done different, because I loved my life growing up in pubs, and I love my life now. I mean, I'm an older dad, but it's great. So I've been out. I've done the long hours working. I've done everything that I needed to do, I think. And now we've got a lovely family. We've got our own business. We work, not always when we want to, but, you know, we work on what we need.
You're just painting this amazing picture, Giles. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks.
And hopefully one day we'll meet at some event somewhere and have a beer and talk about all those amazing things.
Will do.
Thank you very much. Cheerio. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for all your lovely comments. We'll see you at Accountex. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You get out what you put in. Never gonna lose, never gonna